Yeah, this is Yo Check It episode 5? Is it 5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 5.
Okay, it's episode 5.
Episode
we got
5.
we got a special guest for episode 5.
Ooh.
Huh?
Special?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're our first guest.
Yes, I'm
You're our
special.
first guest. That's special times too.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, Mr. Guest.
Yeah. Let them know what you do, who you are, and what you want to be.
What I want to be?
Yeah.
I just want to be anything that you want me to be.
Sexy?
I mean, if you want me to. So my name's Rod. Grew up in the city, San Francisco, Yay area. We out here.
Hey.
Living out here in Reno. But I don't know, man. I'm just another normal dude who just likes to chill, play video games. Got a dog. Got a fiance. Just trying to live the dream out here. But sometimes like to mix it up, play League of Legends with my homeboys here. Got Tebow main and Aubrey/Wukong main. But that's all cool because I'm a
We all
bigger
suck
main.
at
We all
League.
just troll, and that's the fun part. So, but that's me. Nothing special.
Well, yeah, welcome to the podcast, dude.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies. He's taken.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Damn.
he's already off the table, so...
But if I take my glasses off, I'm
Who's that? Who's that?
You're,
Who's that?
you're like Superman, dude. Like, with the glasses off, like, you're a different person.
Sometimes.
But yeah, just make sure you have your mic on
Mic
close
check,
when
1,
you
2.
talk.
Of course.
Hello.
But yeah, anyways, how you been, man? We used to work together. We all used to work together.
Yeah, all three of us. Well, dang.
Yeah, we
That
don't
was an
work.
era.
We don't work there anymore.
We had some fun times. So I think Jerick is the OG, and then
Christian.
and then I was the newbie who came on board. But it was fun times working with them. Christian, very first day, we were both fat. Hella fat.
Yeah, we were. You know what? Actually, thinking about it now, Rod helped me. Okay, fun fact, fun story. I was 197, didn't really care about like my eating habits and what I was doing, and there was a change that I wanted to do, and I figured, I needed somebody to do it with me. And then Rod comes along, and I'm like, yo, Rod, challenge, boy, let's go. And Rod's like, bet, big bets, and I was like, oh shit, it's actually, I gotta do this. Okay, so I went down from 197, and then I lost 10 pounds. Homeboy lost 10 pounds. And I was like, oh shit, he's keeping up. And I lost another 10 pounds. Homeboy's catching up. I was like, oh man. So he kept me on my toes.
Oh, yeah, who won that bet?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We're so...
You guys didn't even pay off, huh?
No, Christian did win the first bet.
Yeah.
He won the first bet, and I got him some supplements.
Yeah, he did.
But, bro, it doesn't matter because at the end, we're supposed to look like God, so that's all that matters.
All that matters.
Christian was like the first person I saw my first day there, and he helped me set up my computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we knew each other kind of from school, but not too much. And then we were chilling, working, and then we were like, bro, we're both hella fat, like hella fat. Like because I just joined this job, so I got laid off from my last job because I was working with the Bighorns, and then they moved to Stockton, but I didn't want to move with them. So I took up this new job, and so I wasn't working for like 3 months. So I gained hella weight. So I got like up to 250, and I was like, bro, you hella fat. Like, looking in the mirror and stuff. So I was like, might as well do something about this. So that's when Christian came about, and then Mr. Jerick would just eat lean cuisines for like a year.
No, that was 2 years ago. That's how I lost 28 pounds in like 3 months. But yeah, I don't recommend that. Don't do that. It's terrible.
Just eat air. If you eat air.
Oh yeah, air's free.
Always.
Air and water.
Air and water.
Air and water.
That's all you
It's
need.
the recipe to losing weight. Just air, water, and more air.
And if you're in Nevada, Winco chicken.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure there's
Winco
Winco in other places too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't
wherever
know.
you have Winco at, and you're out there and you're listening, it's good.
The Winco baked chicken.
Baked
Baked
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get it
Baked
confused.
chicken. You
Don't
need
get
the
the fries. Very tempting, but.
Just the baked chicken. If you get 4 pieces straight protein, it's chilling. You're chilling. All you need is that.
Yeah, but how about you, Christian? How you been, man?
I just got back from the Bay Area, and I watched Porter. Ooh, it was amazing. Let me tell you guys, it was good. I know a lot of people out there like, I don't know, EDM snobs, whatever. Sorry, I don't mean to call you guys that, but I enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, hey, that's all on you. I was out there trying to have a good time. If you recognize me, shout out to you. I love the vibe out there, though. The best thing about, because this was, I believe, Porter's first festival down in the Bay, and when I was in this crowd, like, when I got hyped up, they got hyped up. And everybody was, like, super friendly, and I loved it. And everybody was, like, nice. They were helping each other out. They were just there for the music, to enjoy each other's presence. Man, I had a great time. Absolute blast. Shout out to you, Porter. Amazing festival. Thank you. I enjoyed myself.
Would you say that it was Porter, like his music that was getting everyone pumped, or was like the environment, like all the people that are there? Because I've been to a couple festivals, and like I love my boy J. Cole, but like J. Cole was lit, but the crowd sucked, so it made the set suck. So I went to Bumper Shoot last year, and everything there at Bumper Shoot was lit, but freaking the J. Cole set sucked, and I blamed the crowd.
Yeah,
like,
I think
no one was singing.
A crowd is like a big part of it too. Like if the crowd is like all hyped up, it's like I feel like there's more energy. But if people are just kind of chilling and watching, and it's like this is kind of lame.
No, it's the crowd that was amazing. Okay, I met this guy. I believe his name was Aku. If you're watching, hey, shout out to you, bro. He's hella cool, and didn't even know him. I was with my rave fam. And we had this pineapple totem, and we were just throwing it up in the air, and everybody around us was just like, they're super friendly. Like they chanted what we chanted. It was, I mean, the crowd was amazing. Everybody was there. We all knew that everybody was there for the music. Everybody was there for Porter. Everybody was there to just have a great time. And all the artists that were there, Anamanaguchi, like I only heard them in line, but it was amazing. Like shout outs to all the artists that brought all these people together. Shout out to the people who made like at least around me, made the whole venue like amazing. And then shout out to Porter. I believe they were there for the music as well as the vibes. Good vibes all around. I loved it. It was absolutely amazing.
Need it.
So to wrap that up,
yeah,
it was a good crowd.
It was a good crowd.
Okay.
Good music. I didn't get to taste the food, unfortunately, but
There was food.
yeah, of course, it's a festival.
Was it just Porter, or was there like a big set?
Oh, it was Porter. He had Maddie on. Then he had Porty on at the end. That was pretty dope. Who else? There was G Jones. G Jones was lit. There's so many people. Like, I had a great time. And then sometimes I wouldn't even listen to music because like I was with my Ray fam. I was with everybody who was. I was just distracted by like my friends, and I had a great time. And when we listen to music, It's probably it's definitely my top three. 10 out of 10 would go again for sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you had fun over the weekend, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was my life. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not really a big festival guy.
you should go one time.
You gotta
I don't
experience
know.
it. You
Yeah,
gotta
maybe
experience
I'll
it at
probably.
least once.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like check it out one of these days. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like watching concerts, but
If you're
Like, I've
if you're
never-
around the right people,
Yeah.
like it makes it a
Yeah.
lot more fun.
It's yeah. Like all laughs around, good vibes always.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was one of, like for me, like it was one of my goals to like, I want to go to a festival, but I want to go to like film and get invited to like film stuff over there.
Oh yeah,
That's like
same.
That's like a goal for me.
then you should
Yes,
just
like,
go
yeah.
to one, make one. and
That's
then
true.
Just spam and
Just
comment.
spam everybody.
whatever,
Hey,
spam
like
everyone.
here's your video.
I took a video of you. Here's a dope ass video. Sponsor me.
Yeah, that's how Sam Colder got started.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he was touring with Chainsmokers.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's how he started, and then he was pretty good, so he got
Yeah.
pretty big after that.
Actually, Sam Colder is probably like one of my biggest. I guess he influenced me to get started in photography, which is pretty dope. And I kind of want to like follow along in those footsteps and do the same thing he does. You know.
Well, you got a
Live that kind of
camera now,
lifestyle.
so
I do.
you got the first step down, getting a camera.
You just got a camera?
I just bought a camera. I got the same setup as Jerick, except I got a different lens, and I'm trying to like yesterday I took a lot of videos. They came.
Did you bring your camera out there? No.
No way. No. Remember the
last time it got stolen?
Yeah. I bought Jerick's GH3 like what, a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And I went to a concert for Banks in San Francisco. I left my camera set up in the back of the car, and we covered it. And I thought, oh, it's gonna be safe. But my friend's window in the back got smashed in.
Damn.
And they took all my gear. So, man.
Oh, sad face.
Oh, sad face for sure. My heart broke. Oh, my heart was broken. But
I mean, lesson learned, man. Lesson learned.
I didn't let that get me down, you know.
The universe challenged you. Like, are you strong enough to fight through? And then
I said, big bets, let's go. I bought myself another camera.
a year later, now you're ready to go.
Back at it again. So, hopefully, this time it follows through. Big dreams, you know.
I mean, that's the first step, man.
The first step.
You didn't even bring your GoPro to Porter?
I did bring my GoPro, but I left it in the car.
Damn.
I know.
That's why they made it so tiny, so you can just put it in your pocket.
I know.
No, you know what to get? So like the lanyard one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a case, and then you just wear it on your neck, and then like if you want to record, like you have one, don't you?
It was like a chest piece. Like,
Oh, okay.
It was just like it went around my chest. I wore it at Disneyland, and then like I just took it on and off. It was just right here. And if I wanted to point it at something, it was like stretchy, so I would just point it at whatever. So it worked kind of nice. And then whenever I was on the rides, it worked perfectly. So next time I was gonna go to a festival, I'm going to Outside Lands. So I'm gonna bring that. I want to make a dope video for Outside Lands.
Ooh.
Or just buy that case. It's like $20.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's like I think it's like some sort of like rubber or silicone. I don't know, but yeah, you just wear it and then you record and then just keep wearing it.
I should.
It's like a necklace.
Every time I go to a festival, I straight up forget that I have a GoPro, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna enjoy myself here at this festival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I tend to forget that I'm a videographer at times.
You have to remember, dude.
All right, one of these days. One of these days, y'all see a video.
I mean,
one
that's
day.
why you record videos, man. That's like recording your memories.
I know. Next time. Y'all see that video, bet.
But yeah, anyways, what do you guys want to talk about today?
I don't know. Whatever you guys want to, whatever your heart desires.
So Rod's engaged, and me and Christian are kind of like single. So
Kind of
single.
Kind of single.
Yeah,
I'm single.
it's complicated. Christian's single. My situation is a little bit more complicated, and Rod's in a serious committed relationship.
About to be married.
Sometimes, you know.
She gonna be listening to this podcast, Rod?
Maybe. I'm sure.
You should let her listen to this, and let's see what you have to say. So, what was the idea you had? The bad side of a relationship?
Oh yeah. So over the weekend, I was talking to my friends.
You just added that on the notes.
I did. Let me figure out. Okay, so yeah, I was talking with my friends, and we were talking about like being in a committed relationship, and like I guess for me, as I saw it, I saw that once you're in a relationship, you no longer think about yourself. Like right now, I take care of me. I do what I need to do to progress in my own life. I don't have to worry about anybody. I don't have to worry about whether or not I don't have to worry about anything. That's me. But then we started talking about like once you get into the relationship, you start thinking about like other people. In my mindset, I was like, okay, well, like you kind of lose yourself because you become one into two. So whatever you try to like make sure that person doesn't leave you because you want them to be in your life. So you start doing things that maybe you stop doing things maybe you used to do because you want them to. You want to show them that, hey, like I'm the best person for you, and I'll do what it takes to be with you. So if you used to love drawing, they don't like drawing, you stop drawing. I'm not saying that's how it goes, but that's like my mindset is like you kind of lose yourself.
You start changing up a little bit.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think I'm kind of guilty of that too, because like when you're in a relationship, especially when it's like new, you get like very like infatuated.
Yeah.
I don't know if infatuated is the right word, but like you just focus on that person, like you just want to spend time with them, and I feel like you kind of like lose a little bit of yourself, like, because you don't do as much things outside of that relationship, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just you and her, and well, I mean, if you're
still trying to like get at her and like impress her, you're
Yeah.
still trying to do all those things that maybe you wouldn't do all the time, but she will, so that she likes you a little more and kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. Give us a little context, Rod. How long have you been in a relationship? And like, tell me about you guys' like situation.
So,
Or whatever you want to share in the podcast, at
Nice.
least.
Let's go.
Like, just like a little background, so people know, like,
Yeah.
what kind of a.
So, I mean, like, my situation, like, my story is always different than, like, everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like, so I met my fiance, Kylie. Shout out to you when you're going to listen to this, because I know you will listen to it because you love me. So we met in high school. So she was from Hawaii and I'm from San Francisco. And our senior year, we both joined our campus ministry. So our life team, it was called Living in Faith Experience. And we went to...
Is this at UNR?
No, this is back in high school.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So she was in. So we were both in high school our senior year. A couple of schools from Hawaii flew over to California, Occidental, California. It's probably like 2 hours away from the city, and then my high school was over there, and so that's where we met. Like it was like a religious retreat, like focusing like on finding God and really understanding who you are as a person, and I'll kind of circle back to it, but so that's where we met. I didn't really have feelings for anyone there or like for her. Like we were just cool friends. But we wanted to keep in contact, so we texted a lot. We texted a lot. We talked on the phone. We video chatted a lot. So we were long distance, and then so she went to San Francisco for her mom's dental convention, like in October one time, our senior year. That's when I asked her to be my girlfriend. But before that, I was putting in a lot of work. Like,
what year was this?
2013.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Then. Yeah, so I had to put in hella work, bro. So that was back in the day when if you didn't have unlimited minutes, you couldn't talk until 9 p.m.
Oh, dang.
Pretty
That's
much,
right.
dude.
And then
I remember those days.
But that's not even the worst part. So the worst part was, so between Hawaii and here, there's a 3-hour time difference. So I'd have to wait until like 12 o'clock my time. So it's 9 o'clock her time, so that we could talk on the phone.
Ooh.
She didn't have an iPhone, so we couldn't like FaceTime.
Oh, is this one of those like after 9 is free?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
When I was rocking, was it a Nokia or was it a Razor at that point? I'm pretty sure it was a Razor.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like the old days, dude.
Yeah.
So I had to wait up every night, and I didn't mind because I got to she was like the highlight of what I got to do, so I got used to like remember everything I did that day just so I could like tell her. So we were cool, we were cool friends, like, and everything like that. So we had to do that. So we were long distance for the first 2 years of our relationship. So our senior year and our freshman year in college. And then she went to Portland State and I went to Nevada. And then every now and then we'd go visit each other. So I went to Portland, I think, twice. She came to Reno, I think maybe twice during our freshman year. And then she moved here to Nevada for school. She's an engineer, and she said that the Portland State curriculum wasn't like challenging herself enough. She's a genius. Like, if you're listening to this, you're a genius. But she puts in hella work though. So
shout out to that love right there.
So she deserves it. So she's an engineer, and she actually puts in work.
Yeah.
Like, she studied hard, but like she was also smart to start with. So good for her. So she went to Reno because the engineering program was just way better.
Gotcha.
And then we just, like, it was like a different dynamic from there, like, because we never got to see each other every day because we were long distance. So like it was low-key weird at first, but like we got used to it. We were just happy.
How do you guys do it, man? I feel like long distance is pretty tough, dude.
It was like the biggest thing was trust. Like, you had to trust each other and just trust and communication. Like,
and I think patience even.
It's like hand in hand, essentially. Like, if you're not talking all the time, if you're not like telling each other like how you feel and everything like that, like. So
would you say then that the long distance helped you to build a better communication system between you two?
1,000%. Because before we even like,
Because I mean, that's all you can do. Communicate. It's like
that's all we did before. Like, because we couldn't like kiss each other, we couldn't hold each other, couldn't like hold
so there's
hands
no
or
like
hug. There was
physical,
no like physical like.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we knew what each other looked like, so we were physically attracted to each other, but. Like, we were each other's best friends for, like, the longest time to, like, even start with.
You guys didn't do, like, the video chats or anything?
Her mom had an iPad, but, like, she didn't get it all the time.
Yeah.
And then her senior year, we Skyped, like, every now and then, but, like...
I know that feel.
Like, Skype sucked back then. Like,
I know.
It's good now, but, like, it sucked back then.
Yeah.
We're lucky these days we got FaceTime. I don't really use FaceTime.
FaceTime's cool. It's nice now. Like
it's nice now, yeah.
But no, dude, we were best friends before like anything. So
Damn.
I think without the long distance, like our stories are completely different. Like we probably don't know each other as well, and so like when we came together, it's like we were just best friends catching up and like just getting to finally do the like the cute relationship stuff that everyone else gets to do, like hold hands, go to the mall. Watch a movie. So it was like restarting after those 2 years. So it was like kind of cool.
I feel. So then you because I know both you and Kylie because we went to the same school, and you asked her to marry what?
Senior year. The same day that we both. So she graduated on like Thursday and I graduated on Friday.
Mm-hmm. When was this? A couple years ago?
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
2017.
2017.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So the way that kind of happened, so I think it was around maybe my junior year. I think that's when I kind of knew like this is like the girl I'm gonna marry. So I didn't know that until like 4 years almost into the relationship or something like that. And then so I wanted to ask her mom for her blessing. It's not like it's not her permission, like it's her blessing.
Yeah.
So I went to Hawaii during one winter break, and then I got to ask her mom. And thank God she said yes. So that conversation. So I high-key,
an awkward conversation.
I knew she would say yes, and regardless of
well, there's always a chance that she would say no too.
Yeah, there's always that chance, but it's like it's awkward and like because I didn't really get to spend too much time with her because like I don't get to spend that much time with her family because it's over there in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So like it was hard. So like I knew her and like she knew me, but like we didn't know each other like that much. Like she always took care of me, like I always tried to take care of her whenever like things happen. So I got to ask her, and then I knew I wanted to do it when both our families were like present together, and I knew that only time was the next time that would happen other than graduation would be like our wedding. So I was like, when's the next time that's gonna happen? So I knew that during graduation my family was gonna be in town, her family was in town, all of our friends are here in Nevada. So I created this party. So like I drew it up with my mom. I was like, Mom, we're gonna have a graduation party for me, but really everyone there knows that I'm gonna be proposing to Kylie that day, except for her. And she didn't know. I didn't tell her sorority sisters though. Yeah. Because I knew that they would blabbermouth. Bro, I think maybe I told her big, but her big lives like in Maryland. Yeah. So I was chilling there. But yeah, dude, I was hella excited. Her family was there. So the night came, and then my mom was like, all right, everybody, I want Rod to say a couple words to, just address everyone. So that was my cue. I was like, well, it's game time, boy.
Game time.
It's game time. And I had a speech in my head that I've practiced for forever.
And it didn't come out as the way you planned it, huh?
Kind of, to an extent. Like, I was never, like, scared of talking in front of people. Yeah. Like, that was never, like, a weakness of mine. Yeah. So I was able to just talk to everyone, and, like, really I was looking at her a lot of the times, but I just told myself I didn't want to cry. I was like, because once I start crying, like, it's about to be like
the ugly cry,
trying to talk, trying to laugh.
Still romantic.
Jokes. I mean, kind of. Or you might look ugly though.
Gotta look cool a little bit. Save the crying for the wedding,
Exactly. So, got to ask her, and I didn't start crying until I started looking at the crowd, and I saw her mom crying, I saw her grandma crying, I saw my mom and my dad crying. Like I saw like both our families crying, and I was like, damn. And then I looked at her, and like she was bawling already, like the entire time. I was like, well, let's wrap it up. Like we're close. So like I knew I was at the end of my speech, so I think I missed out on a couple things I wanted to say, but Yeah, dude. Now we're engaged, getting married next year in Hawaii in 2020.
Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. You guys are gonna slide through.
Hell
have some
yeah!
fun.
I've never been to Hawaii.
I've never been to Hawaii. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see my boy get married. Of course.
All right, 2020,
2020.
October, right? Is it October?
Yeah, October.
Oh, okay.
Only if you dress as Timo and you dress as Ari.
Oh, that's
It's
for your
a-
bachelor's party, right?
Yeah, that's what we spent.
It's it's cosplay themed, bro.
Cosplay
themed.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hella funny.
But yeah, I mean, you
Damn.
guys have been together for 6 years. That's
6
That's a-
years.
what a
engaged
long,
for
dude.
2.
Beautiful and romantic
Long time.
story.
yeah. I heard like after like, is it like after 5 years? If you get past that, that you're pretty much like, kind of on the good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd honestly say it, like, if you make it past a year, like, you guys are pretty comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
2 years, like, still comfortable. Like, if you're not, like, completely comfortable with them by, like, year 3, like, if there are still, like, some creepy crawlies in there or something,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't know everything about you, like,
Yeah.
something, like, I don't know, like, you're hiding something, maybe she's hiding something,
yeah.
like, that might hurt your relationship, but, like,
I agree with
other
that.
than that, like, you're spending what more than it's like. So you're dating someone. It's basically a job. Like you're spending 40 hours a week with them.
Yeah.
Like
True.
it's like going to school. Like you have to spend a lot of time with. You got to put in work with it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Time
feel
and
like-
effort.
Yeah, relationship, you definitely got to put in work. I think that's the problem with a lot of failed relationships. Because like after a while, you get too comfortable, and
yeah.
then you don't really,
You got to keep it spicy.
yeah, you don't work anymore. Basically, get lazy.
I think for me, it's to never stop chasing. Like if you love somebody, you really love somebody, you really want them to be in your life, you chase and you keep chasing. You keep doing what you need to do in order to get them, or in order to stay on their radar. And even if you have them, even if they're like, even if you're married to them, you still gotta chase because, like, just because you're married, some people think that once you have that like marriage title, that's it. You're stuck with them for the rest of life, or you have a baby with them and they're stuck with you for the rest of life. No, it doesn't work like that. Like,
And just to clarify, there's a difference between a chase and being clingy. So
yeah,
you gotta make,
that's true too.
You gotta make sure like you know where the line is. Like try not to cross the clingy line. I mean, sometimes you just kind of fall off and like become a little bit clingy, but
Have you had
chase
a
is
clingy
good.
girlfriend?
I had one.
What would you describe
No,
as
I
clingy?
don't think
though?
so. Like, I mean, obviously there's like clingy times, but like not necessarily like, oh, we should be hanging out all the time and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But like not necessarily like, I don't know. I guess I didn't really notice it. Yeah,
But would you confuse being clingy and being
Chase
and
or chasing.
not really chasing, but like clinging and them just wanting to spend time with you? Because what if they just really enjoy spending time with you, and like that's what they enjoy doing, but that's not being clingy, or it could be.
That's true.
There's-
That's true.
No. You're right. No,
You
absolutely.
think being clingy is like your own perception, like in your own like it's like a subjective thing? What do you think?
I think being clingy is when you're like, so let's say I'm gonna go do something with my homeboys or something, and Kylie's just like, okay, I'm tagging along. Like I didn't invite her
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like anything like, and like we were spending the entire day together, and like I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go do this podcast with Christian and Jerick, and she's just like, okay, I'm coming. Like maybe that might be clingy, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think clingy, it's clingy when it gets like annoying too. Like
Yeah.
so like
I feel like once it reaches to the point where it's a little bit annoying, then I think that's when the clingy line kind of starts. What do you think, Christian?
Well, I guess for me, yeah, no, in a sense, yeah. I was in a relationship where, I mean, at first it was beautiful. Like, the honeymoon phase, as we had talked about it before, where I didn't think about it. I was in this relationship and I was going in 100%. It was just me and her, and I didn't really think about it. And obviously, this is probably like my first real relationship with somebody, so to me it seemed like normal. But then after a while, I was with this girl for the longest time, and it didn't like really hit me until like after a while, where I wasn't hanging out with my friends or my family, so I wanted to.
Yeah, you were MIA for.
I was as
for a
Jerick.
while,
I was
yeah.
MIA forever, and I've known Jerick for most of my life. You know, like he knows.
Yeah,
So,
I think I met you when you were like 13, maybe 13. 14?
Yeah, high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, way
so-
back.
Damn, I didn't know
half
that.
half of, yeah, half
Yeah.
of our life, dude.
Half our life. So, like I disappeared, and Jerick's my best friend. Jerick and Andrew, and I'd never talked to him, so I missed him, and so I would say, hey, you know, the boys want to go hang out. I'm gonna hang out, and she's like, I don't like them. I don't want you hanging out with them.
Oh,
And I was like,
Damn.
that's the big
Oh.
indicator of like,
Ah.
bye.
Oof.
that at that time I was like, okay, I can understand. Like, I guess I can kind of see it. Mainly, I blinded myself. Like, love is blind sometimes. But after a while, I was like, okay, whatever. And then she would want to hang out every single day. She would text me. We would do that Skype thing. Like, I would sleep, and then she would Skype me. And I'm not saying none of that was bad. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. But after a while, it's just like, when can I live my own life? You know, like, you have to have a separate life from the person you supposedly love, so that way you have like time to come back and be like, oh, this is what I did, this is what happened. Pretty much, I mean, after that relationship, I pretty much came up with the idea that you need a little bit of space in order to miss each other. Like, yeah, you can love somebody all day, absolutely all day, but if you don't give time to just like do your own thing, hang out with people that made you who you are, you lose a bit of yourself. And I guess this is where the idea of like this is where the idea came in my thought. Like, you become one person to two people, and you stop doing the things that you used to do, which is hanging out with the boys or drawing or playing video games or doing things that like made you who you are. And then once you break up in that relationship, you don't know who you are anymore. Like, who are you? What do you do? Like, did I used to draw? Did I used to do this? Do I enjoy this? Like, you don't know, because one became two. You gotta be careful when you're in a relationship to know that, like, you gotta give that time and that space to grow each other, to do things that you used to do as a one person. And then now that you're two people, like, you gotta push each other to keep like holding strong on those things that built you on who you were. You know, like, at least that's how I thought about it. Because in that relationship, dude, after that relationship, crashed, done, did not know who I was, lost.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I came back strong. I think I'm wiser, stronger, funnier, maybe. I don't know. But that's the bad side of the relationship that I was thinking about. That was the I mean, like, sometimes we get lucky, like Rod, and you have a beautiful story.
Did you ever experience that in your relationship, Rod? I mean, I'm sure there was like struggles somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think the hardest for us was like during long distance, like we didn't get to see each other, so like it was hard. Like that was like just not being able to physically see each other. Like,
Yeah.
we missed out on getting to do like the norm,
Like the
things.
normal couple
Yeah,
thing.
the normal couple things. So like that hurt. Like I fully trusted her. Like whenever she went out to a party, like
Yeah.
like I was chilling whenever I went out to a party. Like she was chilling. So like I don't think I ever like lost myself too much, but it was also different for me because in college, like it was my freshman year, I was still trying to figure out who I was too.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was doing all these new things, and like she was like trying to figure if she was okay with it. Like I never drank alcohol like in my life, like before like college or before like any of that. Like
Really?
I was a good boy.
Oh man.
Oh, dang.
Because like my dad, when he used to give me like Corona as a kid, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Pfft, it tastes like dirt."
Oh,
Oh yeah, that is. I feel like that's a Filipino thing. It's like, drink this. Do you like it? Good.
It was gross.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I don't want to drink that. So like I started drinking like my freshman year, and I was like, oh, this is like kind of fun. But like Kylie started drinking. I was honestly like scared. I was like, man, I know how guys are. Guys about to take advantage. Like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, your boyfriend ain't here. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
So like I was scared of that, but like I trusted her enough. I was like, she's not gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna cheat on her. She's not gonna cheat on me. So
Mhm.
like we were chilling with that. But like I understand where you're coming from, like, because you do need that space, like you do need that time to like enjoy who Christian is. Like like for me nowadays, like I love playing video games. Like it's just like my escape from like life.
Yeah.
So like Kylie, so like she like asked, she's like, hey, are you gonna go hang out with your friends? And, like she knows what, like I know what hang out means. She knows what hang. She's like, are you gonna go play video games with your friends? I'm like,
is that what she means when you say, when she says like hang out with your friends, like hang out online?
I mean, like sometimes.
Yeah.
Like she knows, like most of the time, like at nighttime, like I want to play video games.
Yeah.
But like at the same, like we went through a small phase where I was playing too much video games and I wasn't spending enough time with her at nighttime. So like she'd get home at 5, we'd work out, spend some time together, eat dinner, and then I would play video games from like 8 to like 12 or whatever it was. And then she said like, hey, like sometimes I want you, like, you know, to go to sleep with you. So I was like, okay, like let's have a compromise here. So like I understood where she was coming from. I was like, yeah, I miss going to sleep with you too. So I was like, okay, like let's find a balance here. So like I'll play some video games and then like some nights and she'll go to sleep by herself. But like I don't want to do it like so many days in a row because I miss it. Like I want to make her happy.
Yeah.
But like she gives me my space. Like she understands who I am. Like who I am as a person. She knows that I like just playing video games. She knows why I like playing video games. Like. It's fun times. Like I don't get to, you know, hang out with Christian or Jerick every day, or like like it's hard to like meet up, especially when you're adults nowadays.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, because like everybody has different schedule and
so it's
kind of hard to meet up.
Different priorities, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why it's nice getting to just hop on Discord and just shoot the shit with your friends. It's crazy what freaking the internet does nowadays.
I know, internet changed everything, man.
It brings people closer together, to be honest. But at the same time,
I mean, there's good and bad, like everything else. Yeah.
But so you would say then, for that situation, compromise is the most important thing.
Yeah, I'd say like it's definitely like important because she knows that I enjoy doing it. Like if she just cut it out from my life, I'd be pretty pissed.
I think you like resent the people too, like whoever you're with. Like if they say, "Oh, you can't do this anymore," like you might be like, "Oh, okay." You might be okay with it for a while, and then you're like, until you're not okay with it anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Would you think that that'd be a controlling relationship?
If they tell you to like no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like
totally.
I guess. Let me think of. It actually happened to me. I'm not trying. Look, if you're watching this and you're listening, yo, no bad feelings against us.
It's fine. Know? If they're watching it, it's cool.
I mean, like I've grown older enough. I've learned things and like I have a different understanding, you know. But if you're watching this, hey, no hard feelings.
Yeah. they know who they are.
They know who they are. But anyways, besides that fact, like, you know, that's what it is. We're first relationships. You grow, you understand, and you just you're trying to figure out this life. And maybe what you did before, hopefully you stop. Anyways, besides that fact, so going back on that topic, so could you say that controlling? Would that be controlling? Like they tell you one day, Jerick, I don't want you to take videos anymore. Stop it.
Oh, if they tell me that, I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Well, what if it was so that they could like spend more time with you?
Yeah, spend more time
and,
with
like,
you.
get to hang out with you and like develop
there's
a relationship.
Obviously there's a compromise. I'd be like, oh hey, like if you doing this for like the whole week, like if she says like, oh I want a day with you, or whatever her comfortable level is of like hanging out, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll try to make time. Obviously, like, if you love that person, you obviously want to make them happy and try to give them a little bit more time, too. And it goes vice versa. If, like, hey, if she's, like, busy the whole week, like, sometimes I'd be like, hey, we haven't seen each other for a week. Like, I want to see you this day or whatever. And I feel like there's a little bit of compromise for both sides. Like, especially if you want to spend time with each other, like, you got to make that time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's very important, like especially if you feel like you're unhappy in the relationship, or if she's unhappy, like you gotta make sure you address that, and you just gotta communicate. Because if you don't tell the person like, "Hey, I need more time with you," then they're probably like, "Oh, okay, well, this is good. Like everything's good," you know.
So then, not only is compromise important, if y'all listen out there,
You gotta communicate.
communication.
You gotta tell them what you want,
Gotta,
or like, yeah,
you gotta say
I feel
something.
like, yeah, I think that's where a lot of relationships don't. That's where they falter, because you're in a relationship and a lot of it's mainly like physical, and you know, sometimes you don't really speak. You sit there, you watch TV, or you sit there and they do their thing, you do your thing, or you go out and go have dinner or whatever, and you talk about like whatever. But I think in times where you don't communicate is where it's most important. You know, you gotta convey, hey, I want to spend some time with you. You've been doing this for a while. Let's spend some time. You know.
yeah. Because I mean, before in my past relationships, like I wouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wanted something, I kind of just assume they would figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the vice versa too for like girls. Like I feel like they think that we should know better. I mean, guys are stupid, you know? Like you gotta tell us what you want, like exactly how you want it.
Communicate it, please.
To
Like,
an extent.
yeah, I mean to an extent,
an
obviously.
extent.
Like, but I mean, like as a guy, like you should maybe try to read between the lines a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a girl, like you need to like communicate a little bit better. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to be a little bit more direct too, and not just like give us clues. Because
Yeah.
sometimes like I don't know,
We're
like,
dumb.
yeah, we're just
No,
dumb.
absolutely.
we're
We're
just
just
dumb.
dumb.
That
Yeah.
relationship I had, thinking about it now, there was not that much communication, and if it was communication, it was during like the bad times, during when like we're fighting about something dumb.
Yeah,
And that's the only time, like, you shouldn't be fighting. There shouldn't be a fight in order to convey what you feel for each other. You should already, like, have that ability to sit down and be like, hey, look, I know that, you know, you feel this way, but I'd like to communicate with you about how I feel at this moment. And hopefully you can understand. Because relationships is not just about, like, you know, compromise communication, but it's also understanding. You know, you got to understand the other person.
yeah. I think I learned a lot in the past like couple years of just like how to communicate a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not just like relationship, but just like everybody. You know,
Yeah.
like you just gotta tell them, like be honest, like how you feel, and
Mm-hmm.
like if something's bothering you, instead of like trying to be like passive aggressive kind of thing, like you should just be like, hey, like this is bothering me. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because when you get into a relationship, you suddenly expect them to know, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that, Rod? Like,
I mean, like, further down the line, like kind of like Jerks, you have to like read between the lines.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
maybe like when you're first like starting to get to know someone, like
Mhm.
it's harder because you don't really know who they are.
Yeah,
But like nowadays, like I know when like something's wrong with Kylie, or she
Mhm.
knows when there's something wrong with me, or
Mhm.
when I'm pissed and whatever, like vice versa. Like you should definitely like without communicating, you don't know who they truly are and who they actually are. Like if that's what your goal like is, to like, you know, get to know them on a deeper level, get to like, you know, explore the relationship, like
Mhm.
without knowing who they are as a person, like you're not going to know what their values are, you're not
Yeah.
going to know what irks them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you just don't know what that is, I think that's when, you know, that's when you get complacent, and that's when you get, you know, bored of each other, or that's
Mhm.
when, you know, things start to build up, and that's when like bad and ugly like conversations happen. Is because like you guys aren't just speaking up. Like for a while, me and Kylie, like we knew each other, and like we started to like push each other a little bit harder and like get to know each other a lot more.
Mhm.
And that happened when we were like long distance, because that's all we could literally do was just talk to each other.
do you guys ever like make a make time for like, what do you call it?
Just
Kinda
like,
like a-
spend
kinda-
time with each other, like
No,
dedicated time.
No, like a dedicated time to like just like talk about like how the relationship is going. Like, do you guys ever like do that?
No, not like there's no like set dedicated time. It's always just like, you cool? Like, are we both cool? Like, now do you like actually mean it? Like,
Yeah.
you could tell in like their voice, like,
Mhm.
and like if you're like, we always kind of question each other all the time. Like, hey, are we bored? Like, are we bored of like the relationship?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
we bored of like, is our life just boring? Because like
Mhm.
a lot of times nowadays, like our life is completely different from when we were in college. Like, when we were in college, we were going, you know, she had her sorority stuff, she had work.
Yeah,
I
so
had-
there's a lot of things going on,
Yeah, there are a lot
and
of
then now
things
you're just kind of like work
Yeah,
and then
now
home.
And they kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were
Okay.
like, like, is this what we want? But like, our end goal is to, you know, have a family and, you know, save up and work, and we know that we're taking the necessary steps to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not really, there's not like we haven't had like that conversation of like, no, like, is this okay, or kind of a thing. So like, we just kind of know, like, we're both working, we're both doing our thing, we're both like working as hard to do.
I mean, I feel like you guys should just probably just communicate like on a daily and be like, hey.
Yeah, like, we're always talking. Like, she knows like where my head's always at.
Yeah.
I always know where like her head's at.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and you really have to like listen. Like, communicating, like, that's the second part of communicating, is actually like, listening and getting to know like what their life is about. So
yeah, that's so important, dude. Like, you actually gotta listen to what the other person is, just not just like trying to respond, you know.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Like, communication goes both ways, you know. Like, if you have something to say, like, you better be willing to like take whatever they have.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
To.
I'm not gonna lie, like, listening is like one of the toughest things for me.
Hard.
It's tough.
It's hard to listen to. It's easy to ramble and talk, but if you aren't like actively listening, and I forget what the other part of the saving is, but if you're just trying to communicate to respond, you'll never learn. You'll never.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you're communicating to learn, I think that's what it is. If you're communicating to learn, that's when, you know, you're genuinely trying to understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I'm not an engineer. I don't know much about engineering things.
Yeah.
Kylie's an engineer. She's a project manager.
Does she ever talk
right
about
now.
work stuff?
All the time. Like, we talk about work all the time. Like, I talk about sales. She talks about her work at Tesla right now. She's a project engineer over there. So I'm just like, so she's telling me all these things that she has to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I try and, you know, understand everything that she has, so that you know, it's not just going in one ear and out the other. That way I can have an actual conversation with her and let her know that, like, hey, I care about what you do.
Yeah.
Because that's important. Because if I just listen to her, I'm just like, okay, that was your day. Hey, what are we gonna do now? Like, it make me look bad. Like, and that's not.
Yeah,
what I
that's
want.
true. That's
Like,
true.
she wants to know what my life's about. I want to know what her life's about. So like, that's important. So like, really listening and like understanding what they're saying, and not just like.
Yeah. You know what I struggle about too is like, somebody pointed this out to me. Like, I don't give enough details when I talk. Like, I'm very direct. I'm not very like descriptive, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
Do you think that's bad?
I think it's good and a bad. I mean, good because it's just like, you know, simple, straight to the point. And then bad is probably like, I don't give enough like context or like description, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like, I would say, let's say, oh, a cat crossed the street. Some people would say, oh, black cat walk slowly, and then like, you know, like stuff like that. Like, like Christian, like he can talk forever. Like, I'm like totally different. I'm just like, oh, I saw a cat cross the street. Like, that's it.
Oh,
for me, like, I'm still like working on that. Like she always tells me like, oh, you should when she asked me how my day was, I kind of just like, oh, give her all this like bullet points.
Oh, general. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm really like struggling to like.
Oh, I'm a storyteller though. If somebody asks me, I'm like, yo, check it.
I know.
This is what I did.
Yeah, sometimes I don't ask Christian. Be like, oh man, he can just talk forever, dude.
But then maybe you need a girl that will bring that out of you, though. Like, because have you ever thought about that? Like,
I'm working on it. Like, she pointed it out to me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're right. Like, I mean, like, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you guys probably told me this a long time ago too. Because like, I kind of just zone out when like I don't.
Oh, but I already knew that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Jerick.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I tend to zone out when it's like, when you guys talk about like stuff that I don't know about. I kind of just like, oh, cool, whatever. You know? Yeah.
The thing is, well, let's go back to for me, the shortcoming would be like the active listening. So then for you, it's just like the.
Oh, I definitely listen. I just like.
No, for me, I'm terrible at listening. Okay, so there's this girl that she absolutely like she helps me be a better me, to be honest. Like before, I didn't realize like I suck. Okay, I suck at listening, and to be an active listener, like that's even worse. But I've been doing my best to actually be a better listener, because I think for me, active listening would be asking questions, but also engaging with whatever that they're talking about.
Let's let me ask you, like, so when we're talking, or like if you're talking to somebody,
Yeah.
do you actually like pay attention, or you're like trying to think of what you want to say next? Because that's
a little
like
bit of both. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
And I should be paying attention. And that's the problem, is that, oh, okay, they're talking, but I also want to convey what I want to say too.
because you're a communicator.
I'm a communicator, hardcore. Yeah.
Or talker, I guess. Because like if you're a communicator, then you should be good at
I'm good at it.
good at talk
Yeah.
and listening. Yeah.
No, I like Jerick's question because, so I forget what year was in college, but Kylie pointed this out with me, and it changed my life after that. So whenever she would say something, so she'd say, I forget, like, no idea what she would say, but one time she said, Rod, whenever you talk or like you speak back, or like whenever you respond, you always bring it back to yourself. Because you want to talk. Because like I like talking. I'm a
Christian is
sociable
like that,
person.
Oh no, I'm guilty of that, bro. Actually, somebody told me that, and they kind of call me a narcissist. And I'm not trying to be a narcissist. It's just that
You just like
You
to
just
talk
have something
a
to
lot.
relate with them.
yes,
so, like, that's why you
exactly.
say it.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from.
So like after she said that, that's when I think I started to understand what active listening was.
Mhm.
Like it was even before I started like my sales jobs. It was when she said that is when I would really listen to what they were saying, and then like for a while I was just I'd hear one thing that they would say, and then boom, I know my next question I'm gonna ask them. But I stopped doing that because then you stop listening because you know exactly what you're gonna ask next. So like if you're learning about whatever they're saying, like even if it's just like the cat crossed the street, like if I heard you say that and listen, I'd be like, what was the cat doing? Or like why'd the cat cross the street? Like if I heard you just say that and I wasn't listening, I just heard you say the cat crossed the street, I could just say cool, like or like something boring. But like once I started like realizing like I needed to shut up about myself and learn about whatever they're doing, that's when I think me and Kylie's relationship like really started to like communicate a lot better too, because I didn't know that I was doing that. So like if she didn't call me out, like I would have never known. I probably would still be doing it to this day. But
No, I just recently got called out on that.
Yeah, dude. So like that one was a big one for me. So I was like, oh, thank God.
That was a tough pill to swallow, dude.
It's like a fatty. It's like holy burger-sized pill.
Yeah, like I just didn't realize it. That was like my hardest thing. I was like, do I really like?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit there and you really think about yourself and are you really listening? I thought I was a really good listener.
Yeah, because when she called me out on it too, it was like I already kind of knew, but then like it's always good when somebody points it out. You know, I'll be like, oh, okay, then
like,
this is really
it.
basically like reassure, like, oh yeah, maybe I should be a little bit more descriptive when I'm actually talking about whatever I'm doing, because I don't like talking about myself. I don't know why. Like a lot of people like to talk about themselves. I mean, like, I think for me, it's not even like because I'm better than everybody else, but like, I think I'd rather people talk about me rather than me talking about myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
like,
want to get hyped up?
Oh,
yeah,
they hyping you up.
yeah. Like I want people to hype me up, man. That's like one of my love language, dude. Like words of affirmation. Yeah.
I mean,
and you know what's funny too? Like, somebody pointed out to me that I don't like react to things either. Like I'm pretty much just like
blank face.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, you guys know me. I mean, you've known me for a long time. You've known me for like a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say like sometimes it just takes you a while to like for it to like click.
Yeah.
And then like you're like, oh yeah, like sometimes like we'll be playing League and then I'll say something and then it takes you a little while to like respond or something, but not like it's not like bad. Like if I said like, oh my dog got hit by a car, I wouldn't like you wouldn't just stand there and like you'd react to it. Like maybe like it's different in like a relationship for you.
Because I think she pointed it out to me, like I don't get excited about things, and somebody else pointed it out to me too. Like one of the models that I worked with, like I was showing her the photos that I took of her. So like she was like, "Oh man, that's really cool. Like, what do you think about it?" I'm like, "Oh, it's cool." and in her mind, it was like, "Oh man, this is amazing." But like my reaction to it, like, "Oh, it's cool. Nice, good photo."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's probably why like somebody pointed out to me like, oh, I don't like get too emotional, like emotional reaction, more of like
Maybe that goes back to like you not being able, or like you not communicating that well and like describing things too. Like
that's probably why. Yeah,
all kind of comes full circle, kind of.
Because I mean, you know me.
Oh yeah.
You probably know this, right?
Yeah,
like,
for the longest time. I mean, I already do. I was like, I mean, I'll tell you some stuff. You're like, yeah, I know, and then that's it. Like, oh, okay, well, Jerick understands. For me, I mean, like, but we're dudes, and I mean, like, I'm not gonna say like, Jerick, be excited about this.
Yeah.
Because I know if it's super exciting, then it'll be exciting. Like,
I mean, I get excited about.
Yeah, you get excited about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like if it's something you're passionate about, for sure. I know this stuff. Like, but if it's just like general daily things, it's just like, oh, yo, this water is dope. You're gonna be like, okay. But if I were to show you, yo, bro, check out my GH5, you're like, yo, check this. Look, this is how you do this, and this. Like, you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Times, I mean, I feel like I only talk about what I know. Like,
yeah.
I think that's probably why.
You gotta have you're like you're either like driven or passionate about it. And I've known you for years. Like, remember when we used to play video games and we talk about like Halo or whatever is coming out, and you'd be like, dude, like I'm excited because this and this. It's just it really just depends on like the certain situation. And as we grow older, some of that stuff just kind of like, you know, is put on the back burner, and I can it's understandable. At least from my perspective, like, oh, well, I mean, I'm your best friend. I already knew. I was like, oh, okay, then. Like I've known you for so long. But from people who don't know you, it's probably just like,
yeah, don't take it too personally. I'm just like, I really am excited. I just don't show it, I guess. Or maybe I'm not excited. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'm just not as, I don't know. Maybe that's just how I grew up.
Or like, it's probably just because like you've seen so many. I mean, like let's say you've seen the same picture over and over and over, or you've done the same picture over and over and over again. Like eventually you'll be like, yeah, it's a pretty good picture. Rather than in the beginning where it's just like, damn, this picture's good. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like, I did this.
Even back then too, when I first started, I was just like, oh, cool.
Well, I mean, that's just your personality.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You know? I mean, but is it a bad thing? From my perspective, not really. But
I think it's just like, if you know that's how I am, like you probably won't take it personally. Mm-hmm. But if like somebody is just like trying to get emotion out of me, like they're probably like, oh, so it's like you're not excited about this, or like not excited about me, or
I think it's just because like if you're in a relationship or you're trying to get into a relationship with somebody, like they want to know that, you know, that thing that they're excited about is something that also excites you. So that way they have that communication that, oh, this kind of thing, we can bond about it. You know, if she says, oh, damn, this dog looks really cute, and you're like, yeah, it's cute, then you're going to be like, how am I dating you? Like, you don't think this dog's cute? For me, like, if somebody's excited about something, I kind of feel that excitement.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my negative qualities, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, working on it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about, like, love and relationship is that if someone calls you out on it, it's up to you. If you don't do anything about it, then it's sad. But I mean, if you're constantly, like, trying to be better at it or learn to be better at it.
I'm definitely trying to be better at it, but I'm not trying to change it either, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, just trying to, like, make it a little better.
Yeah, like, I'll try to get a little bit more excited, but, like, you're not going to get, like, oh, man, this is amazing, you know?
That's just not you.
Yeah. That's not you, obviously.
Yeah, you're not.
I mean, you're probably going to be like, instead of be like, oh, it's okay. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you'll get a 50, but you're probably not going to get a full 100 out of me, you know?
I mean, if you're in a relationship, like, you want to, or I mean, you want to just express it fully.
Yeah.
Like, you want to work hard for that person. And I think that's what the mindset is if you're in a relationship. I mean, like, what about you, Rod? Like, if Kyler would be like, well, obviously you guys got a dog, and Kyler's like, this dog is so precious, what would you do?
I mean, Rod gets excited about things, so
I
don't think that's a big deal. Yeah.
Well, like, one, I'll get excited too, but like, also, like, if I think the dog is ugly, like, I'll be like, nah, that.
Oh yeah, you straight. Oh yeah.
Like I keep it pretty real. Like, if it's cute, I'll be like I connect with them. Like, if I bring the energy and like no one else brings the energy with me, I'm like, not, bro. Like, I'm still up here though, so like I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
gonna be excited.
I feel you on that. I'm on that level.
But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I can communicate well enough to like, at least have the conversation like, not dull or not
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
So like, I always kind of like, I always trying to like understand what level of communication the other person is on,
Mhm.
so that I either like if I know like I need to bring more out of this person, I need to work a little harder.
Yeah,
Or if they're a talker, like let them talk. Like people love talking. Like let them talk. Like they don't think the conversation.
Yeah, I do try to match people's like conversation
Energy?
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Sometimes, you know what? Like, whoever's like listening out there and been listening to this podcast, we're like 5 podcasts deep. Sometimes I feel like I'm not that great of a communicator. Like, I love to talk, yeah, but like,
Yeah, you're a good talker for sure. You can talk forever.
yeah, but sometimes.
But
I
then,
feel
like communicating wise, like you gotta be able to like listen too.
I think it's just because like if I like somebody, I get kind of nervous and I don't know what to say.
And I think that's why that's the big problem too. It's like when you ask us like, oh, what should I say?
Yeah.
Like, just have a conversation with them, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to come up with like things to say. Like, say something, maybe ask her a question, and then let her talk, and then go from there. Because you know how like when you try to approach a girl, like, oh, what should I say? Maybe I should. You come up with like, oh, this is the best line in my head. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, you always plan these things out, but like it's good to just have a conversation, and then if they don't want to talk, then you know.
chilling. Yeah, I mean, like I don't think you're a bad communicator. I mean, like it was different because like even at work we never really work or like, talked about work that much together. Like every now and then, but like for the most part, like I think it's different between like guys talking and like girls talking.
Oh yeah,
But then like
Yeah,
girls
absolutely.
definitely can
Yeah.
talk a little bit deeper than guys do. Yeah.
But like at the same time, like I don't think you're bad at communicating. I just think like just listen. I think like everyone should be able to get better at listening. Like I think I'm good at listening. I think I'm good at talking, but you could always get better at it.
Mhm.
Like you might not be the best at it. Like Jerick might not be the best at showing
Yeah.
emotion, but like he can get better at it. Or he could like work
Yeah.
on it. So like I don't think you're bad at it because I remember like we never had like dull, boring conversations, and I don't think that was just because like we were guys talking. Like pretty sure if I was a girl too, like we'd be chilling talking. I mean,
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I know you'd want to holler at me though, but
Well, I saw that snap of you with that girl. Oh, I was like, that's Rod as a girl. If this was an alternate reality, you know, maybe.
bro, that Snapchat filter had me looking cute AF, bro.
Yeah.
I was working it.
For sure. I worked there a little bit, you know.
Oh yeah. How long are we? What does it say out there?
Oh, we hit that hour mark.
An hour mark. Woo!
Dang, this is our first hour podcast.
Yeah.
This was a
Well-
really good discussion. I mean, there's so much more to say though.
Sorry for wasting an hour of your time, or if you
No,
enjoyed our
it's not
podcast.
waste. It's not
Yeah.
waste. They enjoy listening to us.
I know.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you made it to this hour mark, bless you. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying this. And if you have any questions or if you guys have disagreements or agreements, leave a comment below or
Yeah.
shout out.
We have a few more topics, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah. Damn.
We'll bring Rod back in again.
Am I supposed to be like the relationship guru or something?
Yeah, man. I mean,
You're the one.
you're winning right now when it comes to relationship, dude.
That's what a lot of people think that I'm winning.
Because I mean,
And
if you think about it, like if you're trying to be in a relationship, like isn't like getting married like
The end goal, yeah.
The end goal. Yeah.
That's like everyone's end goal. So like in essence, yes, I win. In my head, I think I'm winning. Hell yeah, I'm winning. I got a beautiful woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like it all depends on like what they want and like.
I mean,
they
in
could
relationship wise, you're definitely winning. Like, I mean, I don't know your personal like life, but as long as you're happy, you're winning.
That's
You know what I
big.
mean?
No, that's probably the most important thing. As long as you're happy. Like
Yeah,
if you're not happy, like
you should change something.
you're not winning shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like if
real.
you're
That was
miserable,
sad.
like change it up right now. Like if any of the things that we talked about today or the past 4 episodes help you at all, like I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this.
Just keep in mind, on today's podcast, this is what the general ideas that we actually hit up on and that I actually learned. You know, good communication, active listening, compromise. What else, Rod?
You probably hit the most important things. Like, if you want like a successful, healthy relationship, like those are probably the biggest. Maybe you left out trust.
Trust.
Oh yeah, trust is definitely a big
and patience.
one.
You know what?
Patience is a big one too.
Yeah. If you ain't patient, if I love talking, and if you don't have the patience to listen to me, I mean,
it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. And trust that I learned that I need to be patient, to take the time to actively listen, and be a more active communicator rather than, you know, talking about myself. Yeah, because Rod's right. You know, I mean, I'm just trying to relate, but at the same time, I can understand.
Sometimes you just gotta know when to shut up, but no, sometimes you can let your voice just talk and shine and be you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, that was probably the biggest thing that I learned when Kylie told me that I only talk about. A lot of times I only talk about myself. Is just shut up, dude. Like, I just tell myself to shut up and listen. And once I told myself that, like, it made my career a lot easier. Like, I was able to sell a lot easier. I was able to get meetings.
I think I'm a good listener. I just like, it takes me a while to like come up with like a response because I like to think about what I say too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something you can learn too. Is just like take a moment. If someone's talking, don't even think about.
Because I kind of analyze everything they say and then I respond.
Yeah.
That's why it takes me a while. When you guys like say something, I'm just like, okay. I mean, yeah, that should be good for the fifth episode. Very special episode because we have our very first guest.
Rod,
he'll be a regular.
Yeah, he'll be a regular.
Yeah.
If you're ever playing League with us, don't go mid. I'll poop on you. I paid you. Hit you with all the combos. But I'm bigger, so you could get me early game, bro.
All right, cool. Let's wrap it up. We have like a minute left.
All right.
Okay, well, yeah, that's it.
I think that's it. I appreciate you guys having me on. I was excited to come here. Jerick said slide at 11.
Yeah.
Filipino time, I came at 11:05.
Yeah, Christian's late too, but you know,
I had to get the Ains.
We got the podcast done, but yeah. Peace.
Later.